welcome to VERSUS4. This is the closed season. We obviously have finished the first season now. You know what VERSUS4 are about. 8 creators, 2 groups, making it into a final group. I won our group. I won Group B. Quite well, and surprisingly, to be honest with, considering how everybody else had been doing. Well, I could ramble on about it for hours. It's been absolutely fantastic. I've done really, really well. Shockingly well, in fact. Considering it's my first time managing a big club. So yeah, very excited to get into Season 2. But I think like most everybody else, when it came to managing Juventus, and obviously the amount of money they spent at the start of this season, as it were, before, I came on board, that we get a really nice big budget come the close season. And we didn't. Basically, everybody I've signed, I've almost had to beg for. So, and it hasn't at all gone anywhere near the way I had imagined or indeed planned it. So, at the moment, we've played pre-season, but I think what I'm just going to do is get in straight away and just show you the transfers. Transfer history. So, yeah. We're going to go through the players out first, and we'll organise them by fee, because, I mean, there's a few free transfers out. Buffon went to Shakhtar on a free, and you might say, why did you let him go on a free? At the time, he was on about 18 grand a week for us. He wanted double that to stay for an extra season, and yeah, I didn't think he would be up to it, so I let him go. It is what it is. Who else stands out? I don't think there's necessarily any standout names. You can see I led a lot of the sort of youth team that weren't making it go on free transfers. Wesley went back to Brazil. Again, he wasn't really going anywhere for us. Certainly not going to make it, but we got 190 grand for him. Nicola Mosti went to Frosinone. Sorry. Again, product of our youth team, not really going anywhere for us, but hopefully we'll do a job for them. Mavididi went to Birmingham. Dario Del Fabro went to Leeds for 1.1 million. Right back, again, wasn't making it at all in our first team and doesn't really need to be with us, so it was good to get rid of him. Favilli went to Genoa for 6 million. Favilli, again, target man, wasn't really going to get in our team. Marco Piacca, he went to Lokomotiv Moscow. Again, he's another player who hadn't played for us and certainly wasn't going to get past Costa or Ronaldo. So again, nice little bit of cash in there. And then Emre Can, who was already on loan at Borussia Dortmund and finished the move there as well. So he's gone. But we only brought 3 people in thus far. And I say thus far, I don't think I'm going to be bringing any more people in, and we'll get to that. But bearing in mind that, you've got a fair number of really great players here at Juventus who are over 30. And it's not a situation where you can obviously replace all of these world-class 30-year-olds very easily. So I haven't. What happened was there's 2 people I signed sort of fairly early on. Zappacosta, I actually signed him before the new season. He was already signed and ready to go from the end of last year's transfer budget. Mainly because I'd played up against him. He'd been a very good player. Also, we were being suggested we should buy more Italian players. And if you actually look at his milestones, he got the Serie A Best Defender last season. That's the overall award. So, sad thing is, though, certainly in pre-season, he's not really getting in the squad. He's being kept out by Danilo. But as you know, Danilo was the guy who spent the most time injured, probably for all of us, but certainly for me. So, and with Cuadrado now kind of on a wee bit of a decline, he's our man. David Zappacosta, current Italian international. Italian Serie A Defender of the Year. And now our right back. Obviously, he came from Chelsea. Paid 20 million. Going to pay another 10 million once he reaches 50 games, which he probably won't in this save, but nevertheless. But we brought in a new goalkeeper. Again, an Italian one. It's Gianluigi Donnarumma. He's a little bit younger, but as you can see, he's going to be good. He's going to be very, very good. Now, we brought him in from Milan, and like I say, he is I guess a backup to Szczesny, but to be honest with you, I think there's going to be times when he might actually keep Szczesny out, so we will see. We haven't played any real games yet to find out. And then the last, but I hasten to add again with Donnarumma, I had to ask the board because we didn't have any transfer budget, and they agreed that he was a worthwhile signing and put the money in. And then I really wanted another striker. I really wanted another advanced forward. Well, look who it is. It's Adam Hlozek of Oldham and Everton fame, in terms of my saves at least. We brought him in from Sparta Prague. Paid a little bit more than Oldham did, 13.25 million. But again, the board did it. I had to ask the board to do it because we ain't got no money. And if we go and look at the finances, transfer budget 92,000, wage budget 5.5 million, which we are quite a bit below, which is good. But there's only 29 million in the bank, and like I say, unless they're going to give us a bit more budget come January, I don't think I'm going to be spending any more money this season. One thing I haven't done yet, though, is looked into loans, but I don't think there really are any to talk about. But if we actually have just a quick look at the team report and the squad depth, I never did sort that out, did I? I'm going to cut that bit. So yeah, if we have a look at our tactics, it is a slight change from where we were. I'm still playing the deep line playmaker down here, but I've moved up the right winger. Previously, I was using that obviously for Cuadrado. I was using two up front. I've changed it around a little bit. As you can see, it's not quite a 4-2-3-1 because I'm still playing a slightly isometric central. For whatever reason, and I will talk about this more in another video, I have found for all of FM20 that you need a guy sat in front of the back four if you want to not concede as many goals. And Pjanic has been fabulous. So that's basically what we're playing with. Dybala has moved back to advanced midfielder and seems to be doing all right. So if we actually have a look at just our preseason. I actually played all of these games. I added a couple. The only one that I didn't play, funnily enough, that I let the assistant handle, was the one against Cagliari. We drew 2-2. That was our worst result, but as you can see, it's been pretty solid. Lovely 5-0 victory over Atletico Bilbao. Like I say, playing the 4-2-3-1 sort of isometric. And everybody's done quite well. Cristiano Ronaldo was not necessarily standout. Dybala picked up a little bit of a knock, but he'll be fine. But yeah, doesn't look too bad. But like I say, we haven't got much in the way of many differences to last year's squad. But like I say, so 5-0 against Bilbao, 4-2 win away against Ajax, 5-1 friendly win over Milan, a 5-2 win over Roma, a 2-2 draw with Cagliari, a 2-0 win over PSG, that was nice, 5-0 win over Benfica, and a 2-0 win over Udinese. But yeah, that is exactly what we're doing. That is exactly where we're up to. Coming up in the next episode will be the first game of the season, of Season 2, and the final group. And mine is away at Parma. And after that, we, instead of coming back for Game 11 as we did last season, we're actually going to come back for Game 12, just because it will hopefully stop us having two games against the same team, depending on how the fixtures work. So that will be what happened. But obviously, coming up in the next episode, you will see us in the first game of the season away at Parma. But in the meantime, I don't think there's really a lot else to show you. You can see what we've done transfer-wise, not a lot. You can see what we're doing technically, which isn't too different from what we were doing last season, other than, as I say, pulling up the right winger and pulling back Dybala to a more supportive role. And yeah, it's just going to be a matter of seeing how that goes, really. Seeing how it plays out. Obviously, other people have made a lot of transfers and have moved on a lot of people. Dybala isn't with Custard anymore. I haven't watched Old Lady Plays, her close season video, but from what she said, she has made a lot of transfers. So please do go and watch those. Please check everybody else out. Obviously, if you are not up to date, shame on you, but you can go and watch Custard Profit's most recent update, which was, you know, the final standings for groups A and B for the first season. So It's going to be exciting. I don't see me doing as well as last season. Higuain, he's another year older. But you know what? He's had a decent pre-season, 5 goals in 5 starts. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention actually very quickly, I did a little blurb about player traits when it came to Higuain and Dybala. And the reason why I said he was an advanced forward was because he likes to try and beat the offside trap. Well, look at what he's working on getting rid of. And that's because he's getting a wee bit slower and a little bit older now. So, yeah, he will be... he will not be trying to beat the offside trap for much longer, put it that way. But yeah, that is it. Really, that's all there is to show you. I think, like I say, I might look into the transfer market for loans and see if there's anybody, but if it's anybody, it's going to be a striker. You notice I'm playing Higuain as a poacher at the moment rather than advanced forward as well, and he is loving life there, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, stop rambling, Martin. This is episode 0. This is the closed season of VERSUS4. I'm excited. I really am. Custard did amazingly. He was, a couple of points behind me again. We'll see how he gets on. Old Lady Plays is just, again, completely unbeaten during the season. She had a few draws, but didn't lose a single game. And Football Manager Maniac, he's been stunning. I mean, if you've been watching his Bolton series as well, he's been brilliant in that. So it's so much tough competition. But it's fun, it's exciting, and it'll be good to see how we get on. And I'm avoiding relegation. Thank you very much for watching this Ramble-thon.